my thing is, see, this new generation, they doing the auto-tune stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. And some people actually do it justice.
Oh, yeah.
Some do.
Some do it justice. There's a lot of people that do it justice,
okay.
Some don't. But my thing is I had this idea of this auto-tune in my head 25 years ago.
Get out of here.
Yeah, but by me being around Twista and the Monsters, all those Chicago real rappers,
yeah,
I figured that they would laugh at me.
They weren't gonna let you fuck with it.
You know, I was like, nah, they would laugh at me if I tell them this idea I got. You know what I'm saying? Because
right,
they're lyricists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't consider myself a lyricist. I just get right into the song.
Why not?
Because I'm more of an entertainer than a rapper.
Okay.
I just know how to entertain people.
Okay. But you can still be a lyricist.
But yeah, I can still be a lyricist, but I was always the entertainer.
Okay.
So I thought this idea was like, man, I want to try this. Then I said, you know what? Nah, they might laugh at me. So I just left it alone. Never did. And then, you know, he come T-Pain, the Futures, and everybody. I'm like, man, I could have been filthy rich by now.
Right. That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. It's like, hey, man, thoughts come to you for a reason, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, thoughts come to you for a reason. And it's like, you have to have the faith in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, think about it, man. It's people that put stuff out, and they had their doubts about it. And some people should have probably followed their doubts and left that shit alone. But think about the people that didn't.
Right, yeah.
That actually released some stuff, and it was like...
It actually went.
A hit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so... Like, to me, I just kind of feel like if you really doing something that's genuinely from your heart, and you're doing it because you want to do it, at the end of the day, bro, I don't really think you can go wrong with that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. That's true. I didn't think that way back then because, like I said, I thought they would laugh at me, and I said, "But just let me just continue to do what we do."
Yeah, and sometimes you have to, you got to think outside the box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I do with my performance. When I perform,
yeah,
I go outside the box.
Okay.
That's why I'm good at it.
Okay. So with the whole performing thing, who are some of your inspirations?
Flavor Flav.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. That's who I studied. Flavor Flav. That's it.
Wow.
That's who I get. That's who I looked at and be like, okay, this man is on it. How can I be like him and just do it my way?
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
And you know what's the interesting thing about that comment is because I used to always think, where would Chuck D be without Flavor Flav?
Not where he at now.
Right.
No.
And that's crazy because, you know, depending on who you talk to, people have different opinions about Flavor Flav, and people have different opinions about his importance and his impact on the hip hop culture.
Oh yeah.
But you have to ask that question: what would Chuck D be if there was no Flavor Flav? You know what I'm saying? Like,
probably just another conscious rapper. That's it.
Right.
You know, Flav add that flavor to Public Enemy.
He did. And I believe I bought Flavor Flav's album when it came out. To me, 911 is the joke was, it was a dope record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was like, but I did listen to it, and I was kind of like, did this nigga write these lyrics, or did he just go in the studio and just say it? Because it really just sounded like he just went in and just said it. I don't think he really wrote that shit down. But either way it goes, it's a certain level of brilliance to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it
so,
is.
Speaking of brilliance, who produced this track?
Grits.
Oh, Grits.
Yeah.
And
I think Grits sings on a lot of my records.
Okay.
He just now started producing during the pandemic.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. I keep telling people, like, don't get me wrong. I know people have lost their lives to COVID. On a flip side, though, the pandemic has made the creatives or the creators come out the woodwork, bro.
Yes, they did, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's like so much stuff has been popping up since the pandemic. Like, you know, podcasts. People starting to produce more. People starting to, you know, like different shows, web series, all types of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I look at that and I'm like, this is what happens when you give a certain group of people a certain amount of idle time. You know, they're gonna come up with some stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Kind of like what you came up with. It's dope. It's dope. I mean, like, it's a dope vibe to it. I feel like it's a party vibe. Like, you definitely feel like I'm gonna drink something. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kick it.
Yeah.
It's one of them get together songs.
Oh yeah. Usually when I write my music, I'm writing it from being on the stage.
Okay.
I'm looking at the crowd performing. So when I write my music, I'm thinking of how would the crowd respond to this?
Yeah.
How would they react or something like that?
Yeah.
And that's how I write my music.
What was your most nerve-wracking experience being out on tour with Twista?
To be honest with you, it was the early 90s. We did a show at the Regal Theater.
A lot of Regal.
And our own people, they was booing us on stage. Because back then they wasn't ready for the fast rap that T was doing.
Right.
So I'm on stage doing, and we, you know, we doing our stuff. You know, it's running off at the mouth, you know, rat-a-tat-tat, all this, you know. And I was the wild one off the bunch.
Yeah.
So I told the DJ, stop the damn music. And I cussed everybody out that was in the audience that was booming.
You cussed a Chicago audience out.
Yeah, I cussed our people out.
Okay.
And once I got done cussing them out, they dropped the music and me and Twista snapped so hard, they was just looking at us like, we gotta leave them boys alone.
Who was on the bill with y'all? Do you remember?
I can't remember, it was one of them big shows.
Okay.
You know, we did a lot of big shows back then.
Okay.
So I can't recall, but I know it's one of them early ones, 90, 91, 92s.
Yeah.
You know, back there, but yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. I mean, like, that's something, man, because you gotta have a certain level of confidence. And as my man Bubba Ball would say, that fuck it button to be able to go out there, especially with the Chicago crowd.
Oh yeah.
And be like, hey man, fuck y'all.
Yeah. And that's what I was all like, okay, fuck y'all. Y'all finna respect what me and this man finna do.
Yeah.
We setting it all for the crib. In 91, one of the rappers and y'all booing us? Hold on, let me show y'all what we really can do.
Right.
And we turned up.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, like, dude, I gotta give credit for just being a part of the Chicago hip hop culture, and not just Chicago hip hop culture, but hip hop culture period, man.
Yeah.
Because man, that's longevity, bro.
Yeah, 91, a long time.
91.
Man. Yeah, and I feel like I'm a new artist starting.
Yeah.
Because I'm giving y'all me, even though you know, I'm a platinum artist because I was on the Journal Rush. The Journal Rush went platinum.
Right.
So I was on Corrupt World and No Remorse. And people love Corrupt World.
Yeah.
And I felt like, okay, that was then, but now that was the hype man, this artist, Tina wrote my lyrics and everything, but now I'm giving y'all me.
Right. Right. So speaking of Adrenaline Rush.
Yeah. So, baby.
Can you describe what it feels like to have thousands and thousands of people not booing, but giving you that love? You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
what does it do? What does it do to you?
Make me want to give them more.
Yeah.
I'm give them more, give them more. They liking it. They keep them in the zone.
Okay.
Keep them going. Give them more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Give them more.
That's what I mean, like, dude, when people think about it, man, like, that has to be a beautiful and just an exhilarating feeling to have all these thousands and thousands of people just on their feet.
Yeah.
When y'all do y'all thing, man. You know, like,
I love the screaming.
Yeah.
The applause. Man, they is up there snapping.
Yeah.
That sends me off Right
a blessing, bro.
Yeah.
That's a blessing, and that's some stuff that a lot of people don't get the opportunity to experience.
Yeah.
You know. What in your opinion, what are 3 main things a performer need to have? Like it's mandatory.
The music right, the microphone right, and it's your music.